Hello everyone, it's Lisa and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about the cookbooks that I currently have in rotation, including 4 new ones to my cookbook collection that I'm going to give little reviews on so that you can get a feel for what those books are like and how I use them, and whether or not you want to buy them, you can decide for yourself. So thanks for watching and stay tuned for the video. I'm going to start with the cookbook that sort of launched it all for me from a Weight Watchers standpoint as far as collecting cookbooks. I go through this period where I use a lot of cookbooks and then I get bored of them and I give them away or I sell them to the half-price bookstore and rotate through some other ones. So right now I have 4 cookbooks that are currently in my Weight Watchers recipe repertoire. And this is the one that sort of kicked that off as far as me grabbing some of them. This is the Skinny Taste Cookbook. It is by Gina Homolka. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, Gina. She has a great website, skinnytaste.com, and she posts a lot of recipes there, but there are definitely recipes in this cookbook that are not on her website. So one of the best things about this cookbook is that Gina is, I honestly do not know off the top of my head. She is of an can you talk? No. She is of an ethnicity that is definitely sort of peppered in throughout her cookbook. And in, some traditional foods from her particular growing up, what is that called, when she's raised, and that kind of foods that make this a little bit different rather than just straight up diet recipes. So that makes it for me a little bit more interesting than some other books. Instead of just being sort of plain old recipes, and I hate to say that because I'm not putting down any other cookbooks, these have a little bit of a like an oomph to it. So let me see if I can remember where that one recipe is. Maybe it is in Perfect Poultry. You can see here by the table of contents that she has it organized, the basics about creating a good for you lifestyle, and then of course breakfast, soups, chilies, sandwiches, skinny bites, meatless mains, that kind of thing. There's even some desserts in here. I'm going to go to page 148 and see if this is the one I'm thinking of. She marks all of her recipes with these little codes as to whether or not they are gluten-free. I don't even know what all the codes mean. Here is a perfect example of a recipe from this book, though, that is a little bit different. Grilled lamb skewers with harissa dipping sauce. I don't know that this is from her particular upbringing, but unlike some other sort of diet cookbooks, this one has just some more interesting types of things. I have not made a single thing out of this book that was bad. She has, and I'm sorry, this is the way I keep it. She has all of the Weight Watchers Smart Points listed on her website. I believe these are also Points Plus in the tongue-tied parentheses, but I'm not positive of that since I follow Smart Points. But she definitely has all the Smart Points listed on her website. You just have to print it and tuck it away. We had this one, for example, a couple of nights ago, I think Sunday night, BLT salad with avocado, very good. There is another one, I think, coming up in my rotation this week. Again, just a really good, solid, this one was good, Kiss My Shrimp and Grits. Where's another one? Oh, this broccolini flounder bake, I made it with cod, it was really good. Just a really solid cookbook, easy to make recipes that are not super complicated, but also not super plain. So highly recommend this one. Again, the Skinny Taste Cookbook, light on calories, big on flavor, by Gina Homolka. The next one I'm going to talk about is one that's been around, as of late, popped up a bunch. The Hungry Girl Clean and Hungry Cookbook. I like this one to a degree. Now, one of the big complaints that Hungry Girl had, or that people had about Hungry Girl cookbooks in the past when she first got on the Weight Watchers bandwagon, is she used a lot of processed foods. This one, she's really moved away from that, and I give her kudos for that. And this is not a bad cookbook, and I'm not bashing her by any stretch of the imagination. Hungry Girl, Clean and Hungry, Easy All Natural Recipes for Healthy Eating in the Real World by Lisa Lilly. And she has a companion website, hungrygirl.com. I give Lisa kudos for making super easy recipes, even when it comes to, true cooking and keeping it clean. Sometimes when you look at clean recipes, it's like all these weirdo ingredients and things that you just can't quite, you're like, what? So kudos. So, for example, these egg mugs, which I've made egg mugs before, super easy to make, come together really quickly. Let me see if I can find a recipe that I've made recently out of this book. She has the points for Smart Points listed on her website. Again, I have some of them marked in the margins for things here. I would say that my only, and I don't even want to call it a complaint, but I've had this issue with her cookbooks before. I don't think there's quite enough flavor. I'm sorry, my phone is going bananas in the background. And it's not that things taste bad, they're just sort of plain. Again, here's the points I printed off the website. So here's an example. Hawaiian shrimp fried rice with pineapple. This is an example of a recipe that I thought it was okay, but it just was missing something. It has chopped cauliflower, egg whites, Asian vegetables, peas, shrimp, onion, garlic, pineapple, and then you can either do store-bought teriyaki sauce that's low in sugar or no sugar, or you can make her recipe from here. But if you will notice, she has optional seasoning, salt. There's really nothing else in here for flavor other than, I guess, sesame oil, but there's no seasonings. And so while this was tasty, it just didn't, it lacked some oomph. So that's kind of my only complaint. It's always been that way for me, though, when it comes to Hungry Girl recipes. I know that she has a target audience, and I think her recipes are super simple to make and, kind of the every man, every woman type recipes. So I appreciate that. But for me personally, as a more experienced cook, I think that these could be dressed up a little bit more and have some more flavor, which is part of the reason this is one of my favorite books, is because these just have more oomph. So if you're looking for something really simple to start with, that's is clean without a lot of processed foods and are easy to make, if you're newer to cooking, this is the book to go for. But if you're kind of past that beginning stage, then I would suggest that you move to this one. The last two cookbooks I want to talk about from a Weight Watcher standpoint are these two by Marlene Koch. And she doesn't market herself super Weight Watcher-y. I stumbled upon this at one point in time, and a couple of months ago, and I decided to invest in it after looking through her website. So Marlene Koch, Eat What You Love Every Day and Eat What You Love Quick and Easy. Her recipes are low in sugar, fat, and calories, so they fit in really well with Weight Watchers. She puts the points actually in the nutrition information. The difference is both of these books were published when Points Plus was the current plan. So she has a companion sheet on her website that shows the points if it changed with Smart Points. So it's can be a little confusing. You basically have to look at, so for example, I'll look at stacked macaroni and cheese, page 179. On this sheet, if it appears on this sheet, then the points have changed. If it doesn't appear on the sheet, then the points haven't changed. But my number one thing that I love about these two books is the food is more like comfort food. It is not terribly exotic, but certainly not lacking in flavor. Really delicious, easy to make, good for you type comfort soup. So, for example, turkey taco soup, homemade chicken stock. These are vegetables. Classic green bean casserole. We all know we love that green bean casserole, but she doesn't use the canned cream of whatever soup. Cheesy spinach bake. And I have a bunch of pages folded here. Let's see if I can trip up on something I've made recently. Chicken Alfredo pizza. This one is made with a pre-made crust, but a light Alfredo sauce that she has a recipe for in this book. This was really good. Here's the Alfredo sauce recipe. I'm trying to find that one. Game day chili. I'm so prepared here. She has desserts for sure in this book. Oh, everyday, any day stuffing muffins. These were really tasty. So you use a packaged stuffing mix like stovetop is what she says. And if you want to add in Italian sausage, you can. Super easy to make, very flavorful. I just can't find anything wrong like these cookbooks. And these in particular are these two from Marlene Koch are the ones I'm turning to more often than anything. Looking to see what I've made that I could, you know, comment a little bit more on. The pictures are so beautiful. Quickie chicken and shrimp gumbo, delicious. There's just, and everything has enough seasoning to make it so that it's not as plain as some of the Hungry Girls, but not so many, oh, sorry for the sun glare, not so many seasonings that you're like, what? And it's a little bit, you know, kind of out there. I do not eat that many sweets, but she has a whole sweet section in both of these. No fail roast beef. I'm sorry, I'm so sucked into how beautiful and how yummy these recipes are. I'm not really showing you guys very good pictures. Here's one I haven't tried yet. Stevens pretzel chicken with honey mustard sauce. It looks divine. Look at all those crushed pretzels. Speedy spinach artichoke dip chicken. That's a chicken with like basically artichoke dip on it. I know I've made tons out of this book, and suddenly when I'm pawing through, I can't find anything. Rigatoni and meat sauce. It'll come to me. It will get there. Let me look before my paper. Barbecue chicken chopped salad. One of these books has a shrimp linguine in it that is just delicious. Again, my recommendation, buy these two. If you're looking for one cookbook to buy, I would say it would be one of these. The Marlene Koch's Eat What You Love Every Day, which is the one prior to her newest release, and then her newest release is the Eat What You Love Quick and Easy. The other three books in my rotation, and they always will be, are the Pioneer Woman cookbooks. These are not low fat, low calorie, low sugar by any stretch of the imagination. But in my opinion, the Pioneer Woman, Ree Drummond, no one does comfort food like Ree does. Her first book, The Pioneer Woman Cooks, Recipes from an Accidental Country Girl. I have broken the binding on, as you can see. These mashed potatoes, to die for. The secret ingredient is cream cheese. Oh my goodness, I've really broken this. Edma May's sour cream pancakes, delicious. Yeah, I mean, you just cannot go wrong with any of her cookbooks. She has 4 out. I do own the 4th one, which is holidays. I don't use it as often just because it's centered more around like holiday type food, and we just don't do a ton of holiday entertaining. This is one I crack into all the time. The original Pioneer Woman Cooks, Recipes from an Accidental Country Girl. And then her other 2, Food from My Frontier and Dinner Time. Now, part of the reason I keep these books in my rotation is because we love comfort food. And, oh, chicken and noodles. This is my daughter's like favorite. So I make these for family. And the way I fit it into Weight Watchers is, I've made sloppy joes before. You guys have probably seen it. I figure out what the points are going to be, and I don't deprive myself. I just have a smaller serving of something. Every once in a while, I'll make some changes. For example, if she were to say to saute an onion, a chopped onion in like 2 tablespoons of olive oil, I'll probably get out the Pam, but I don't know that it really saves me a ton of, her pictures are just gorgeous too. I don't know, it saves me a ton of points, and I don't care. Because when I make something from Pioneer Woman Cooks, I am going to eat it. I'm going to figure out the points, and I'm going to, let's pop over here to Dinner Time. I'm going to eat it and just eat a smaller serving. So, to me, I would rather eat really good food in a smaller portion and supplement my meal with something that is really low in points, like a salad or a side veggie, than to forego it altogether. But I grew up in the South. Her potato soup, delicious. I grew up with comfort food, so this is all very familiar to me, and it feels good when I eat this. And it feels good to be able to fit this into Weight Watchers and into my plan. So, Can't go wrong with these, but obviously if you have an issue with, if portion control or binging is kind of a problem for you, I wouldn't recommend these until you feel like you're comfortable, but good, solid recipes. So again, I will finish up. I highly recommend all 4 of these cookbooks. Lisa Lillian's Hungry Girl, Clean and Hungry, Gina Homolka's The Skinny Taste Cookbook, and Marlene Koch's Eat What You Love, Quick and Easy, and Eat What You Love Every Day. Very much recommended. If you were to pick one of all of the cookbooks, I would definitely recommend Eat What You Love, Quick and Easy. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, be sure to subscribe to my channel. You'll be notified when new videos go up. If you like this one, give it a thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys later.